Well, welcome back to Antigua today. Continuing our slate of interviews for today, we've spoken to David Matthias, we've spoken to Alfred Athill, we've spoken to Dr. Sharon Cardinal, and now we're about to speak to Joanne Hillhouse, who is a WoW awardee in the field of literature. Morning, Joanne, how are you?
Hi, good morning, how are you doing?
We're good. Can you see us?
I can hear you.
Okay, that answers that question. All right, so you're a very accomplished author. I mean, perhaps the most well-known author in Antigua Barbuda. Yes, you're rolling your eyes, but that is in fact, that's a fact. Did this award come as a surprise to you?
It did. You don't know who is seeing or who is recognizing what you're doing, and I know that this came from a nomination from the public, so I am appreciative of it, and I am grateful and surprised, yes.
Great. Now, tell the public, for those you just roll your eyes, so the public who may not know about Joanne Hillhouse and her work. So, tell us about you and the work you've done.
Okay, I'm a writer. I've written 6 novels, 6 books of fiction, 2 children's picture books. You can see them behind me, Lost, The Caribbean Sea Adventure, and With Grace. And I've also written 2 books for the teen young adult market, The Boy from Willow Bend and Musical Youth, both of which are in the schools in Antigua and Barbuda. And I have 2 novels, Oh God and Dancing Nude in the Moonlight. I also founded and coordinate the Wadadli Youth Pen Prize, as you remember from the last time I was there, to promote, to nurture, and showcase literary arts in Antigua and Barbuda. And I'm, writer, editor. I do a bunch of stuff, but that's just the highlights.
Award. What would you say one of your greatest accomplishments as a writer here in Antigua Barbuda?
I think just getting published in the first place, because when I was growing up in Antigua and Barbuda, I didn't feel like I had any models of what I wanted to be and what I wanted to do. And it seemed like an impossible dream. I studied at UE, did mass communications, became a journalist, but what I really wanted to do was write books. And the idea of trying to figure out how to make that happen was a journey in itself. And so becoming a published author, being a published author, having these books as part of my brand and my legacy is for me the greatest accomplishment. And having people read my books and respond to them in ways that I couldn't even have imagined, that to me is the greatest accomplishment.
You said you didn't have many models growing up. Do you consider yourself a model now?
Well, I'm just a writer working. That would be for others to decide. And let me clarify that when I said I didn't have any models, I mean, for me, the first storytellers I knew were the Calypso writers, the Shelley Tobits of the world. These were the people that told me or taught me how to tell a story and how to tell Antiguan stories in particular. And then, of course, when I got older, I discovered Jamaica Kincaid, who is the most international accomplished writer out of Antigua. I read her book, Annie John, and she was from Ovals, Antigua, and I saw a model of someone who was doing what I wanted to do, but she was all the way in America, and I was here. How was I going to figure it out? So I think if I'm a model of anything, it's, that you can tell your stories from home. You won't necessarily make millions, because that's still a dream, but you will be able to tell your stories and get them out into the world.
What is your next story that you're working on at the moment? And don't tell me you don't have anything, because you always have something.
I am actually working on a short story collection. It's a multiplicity of stories, complex and difficult and dangerous women. I'll just say that.
Big to dangerous women. Yeah, you had me looking around, and we're looking at each other here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one, didn't expect this one, but I will wait on that one. And have you been a part of our book reading here? So
In
we
the
can
book
get
club, yeah.
The book club? I have not.
Yes,
I have not. But I've been enjoying them. I actually think it's a really great initiative. And as someone who blogs on books and who has, book chat unscripted on YouTube and so on, I'm an Antiguan writer YouTube channel, and who has been trying for a long time to pitch to our networks a program of that type. I'm glad to see it happening and to see our writers telling their stories. I've been enjoying them.
All right. So what are you reading now? What are you reading now, Joanne?
What I just finished reading, interesting, because overnight I've been working on my column that I do in the Daily Observer, Creative Space, and what I'm writing about this week, which comes out every Wednesday, is a book that I just read, which is called go ban checks. I hope I'm saying that right, but it's by a Dominican writer, and it's the first work of art that I've come across about the Hurricane Maria experience and surviving that experience. It's a poetry collection, and it's really, really riveting. And that's what I just finished reading.
All right, now I'm going to ask you a kind of flip question here, Joan, because the WoW Awards really rewarded women who have been coming up in a traditional fields that men dominated, so to speak. But in Antigua, a wide majority of the writers are females.
Yeah.
You're rolling your eyes. Fair. Yes, you would agree, right?
I'm thinking.
Yes.
I'm thinking. Processing what you're saying. I'm not rolling my eyes. Not at all. I actually think you're probably right about that. The majority in Antigua have been women. I mean, I maintain a database on the Woodalley Pen website where I track all the books out of Antigua going back forever, and every book that comes out. And if I'm calculating right, you're right about that. I mean, traditionally though, I mean, when you look internationally, the major writers, the major award winners have traditionally been men, and even when women are writing just as compelling work. So there is still a lot of work to be done internationally in that area. But I do feel that in Antigua, a lot of women have felt emboldened to tell their stories. You're right about that.
All right. Well, Joanne, look out for Ursul's book coming up, The Different Ages of Ursul. So that's
your book. What's happening with that?
Well, every week his age change, so we're working on that story. So he coming out with that book, and it will be pending on. We will stamp it.
Also, you jumped past my question. You're not working on your book.
No, my book is
okay. The life of a DJ and all of that.
It's coming out. I'm working on it.
Whatever. Anyway, Joan, but many congratulations. As you said, the field is dominated by women, and so to have been rewarded or awarded in that category was really, really, really good. Of course, we continue to applaud your work.
And I appreciate the opportunity to say thanks to whomever nominated me and to the committee that decided that I was deserving.
All right, so enjoy and continue social distancing by reading.
Yes, please, wash your hands.
Yes. Get some in the meantime. Okay.
Oh,
all right, folks, we're going to take another commercial break and get right back. Of course, right here on Antigua Barbuda today. We got to lead by example. We'll be right back.